Hi, in this module, we will talk about employee movements, the various kinds of employee movements which we normally see in an organization, which is generally promotion, transfers, or employees move out of the organization, so separation takes place. So, we will understand the various principles of promotion, what are the ways of transfer, what are the different kinds of transfer movements, and what are the different kinds of separations. Resignation is one which is very common, and now what are the other things? So, we will all see about it. So let's try to understand of an employee in an organization can be termed as employee movement. So employee moves. Either employee may move voluntarily or involuntarily. He could move or she could move. An individual could move within an organization or out from the organization. The individual can move out of the organization. So the movement of an employee within an organization, whether within an organization or out of the organization, can be termed as employee movement. It could be within the organization, as I said earlier, or could involve the movement of of an employee out from the organization. So he could either move out or within. Consequently, there are various movements which can be talked, various specific movements which can be talked about. So we can talk about job rotation, promotion, transfers, and separation. These are the four elements we will focus, and the primary focus or the prime focus would be essentially on promotions, transfers, and separations. So let's take each of them one on one. Let's first try to understand what job rotation is all about. Job rotation involves movement of an employee. So it's an employee movement, as we have said earlier, from one job to another. But this job rotation is at the same level. It is when a person moves from a similar requirement or from a job which has similar skills. So you can't move a worker to a manager. That's not the job rotation. Job rotation is seen especially when a person moves from one job to another assignment or one assignment to another with having the same set of skill requirements, similar skills requirement. So worker is moved to a managerial job or a production supervisor becomes move job rotate to a production manager's role, which involves lot of team handling skills, lot of man management skills. Then that is not termed as job rotation. Then in that case it is a promotion. Production supervisor has become a production manager. That's a different movement altogether. For that special skill sets are required. This is rotation. Rotation means you move around, the radius is same, the distance from the center or the radius, so to say, will always be same. So it's like a rotate, you only rotate. So at any point in time the locus or the path traced by a point when it is moved is always the same. So that is why you're always in the assignment is always moving from one job to another requiring the same or similar skill sets, and it is moved at the same level. We have actually seen this in banks. We see this in happening in banks. For example, when we go to a bank these days, of course, you can have net banking. You have several options available. If you physically visit a bank, you may find that a person was in the cashier section. I saw him in cashier. 2 months, 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, if you happen to visit the branch once again, and if the employee has not been transferred, then he would be put into fixed deposit section or the locker section or some other section. So he keeps moving. So job rotation helps to reduce the monotony which can set in by the routine activities. So employee activities are routine activities. Because of the monotony setting in, there could be inefficiency in the job that could get developed chances perhaps, and therefore job rotation ensures that the boredom is reduced, monotony is reduced. So this is the advantage of a job rotation. In fact, most of the organizations used it as a motivational tool. So managers often job rotate their people. For example, if somebody is on production unit 1, a worker is pushed to production unit 2, which has a different kind of products which he has to cater to in the production line, or different kinds of assembly lines are there, so they are moved so that the monotony doesn't set in. And also he is multi-skilled at times, so this helps the organization to make its employees multi-skilled, thus fueling the growth of the organization or catalyzing the growth of the organization. So it will only augment or push or fuel the growth of the organization, also of the individual as well, because he is now multi-skilled. He is now adept at handling several production lines: production line 1, product assembly line 2, production line 3, assembly line 4, and several other things. So it gives the individual a growth. It avoids the monotony to set in. It reduces the boredom. In fact, at times it can be used as a motivational tool because the employee himself wanted to be job rotated. Sometimes the organization may force job rotation, that's a different scenario. However, it's an employee movement. So it only helps the individual at the end of the day, and also helps the organization in making its employees and making its resources multi-skilled, so they can do many tasks. So if there is any absenteeism, especially in the work in the manufacturing setup, if there is any absenteeism, then then a worker can be asked to do an ex worker's job, or to move to worker B's position or worker C's position and handle the fort. This is good. So this is actually, it will turn out to be a boon for the organization itself and will catalyze its growth. So this was a little about job rotation. Let's divert our focus more on promotions, then transfers, and then separation. So let's talk about promotions. Promotion actually means an improvement or enhancement in pay, position, prestige, and responsibilities of an employee within his organization or within her organization. So if there is an improvement in pay, in simple sense, if the salary increases, if the payment is increased, if the position is increased, if he feels that that the prestige has enhanced, he is being looked at now with different eyes, with lot of respect and prestige, and there is a prestige, he holds pride in holding that position, and responsibilities to shoulder have also increased, and the complexity of the situations which he has to now handle has also enhanced, making him feel more prestigious. A sense of pride sets in. Then this is promotion. So in this thing that we talked about, it is very clear that a new job can be considered as a promotion for an employee only if it carries increased or enhanced responsibilities and increased salaries or enhanced pay. Pay enhanced, promotion. Responsibilities are increased and only responsibilities are increased, need not be promotion. But if it is increased pay and enhanced salaries or enhanced responsibilities and pay, then it is a promotion. So promotion actually, let's recap once again, means an improvement in pay, enhancement in pay, prestige, position, responsibilities, which actually gives a sense of pride to an individual or an employee. So what is the purpose of promotion? Purpose of promotion is to actually motivate employee. So employee is motivated, his productivity increases, his efficiency increases, he works with higher efficiency and keeps on improving his efficiency, and he is highly motivated. The purpose of promotion is also to attract the services of qualified competent people in the market. There are quite qualified people, competent people in the market, so you need to attract them and you need to lure them to the organization, and they should not leave the organization. So to retain them, promotion can be a motivational tool and as a tool to retain. So promotion can be a retention tool also. If you are promoting someone, you are actually motivating him to perform higher. He now feels that company has recognized his efforts and now he needs to deliver all the more better, and he should now handle the responsibilities also in a much better way, and he himself takes a pride in that. Organization can use promotion as a retention tool. For example, if there are certain competent workforce or competent people in the organization, because of one reason or the other they feel let down, companies but the company knows, organization knows that they are competent enough, and company has to retain them by hook or by crook. They may motivate them, they may also promote them, so they may promote them to retain their services. So promotion can also be used by organization as a retention tool. Retention of competent people, of course, we are talking when we are talking of retention, it is assumed that we are talking about qualified and competent people. Unqualified, poor performers, no organization would like to spend time and energy in retaining them. In fact, it is essential for organization to weed out such people from the system, to flush out such people from the system, to have a very high delivery oriented team in the organization. That's how the company can then grow, organization then can grow. The purpose of promotion is also to recognize the efficiency of an employee, the hard, and reward the employee also for the hard work that he has put in for all the 6 months, 8 months or 1 year time. So when you are appraising an employee and with the assumption that the appraisal period is 1 year, and you recognize the hard work and you would like to reward that employee, you may like to give some incentives. you may also like to promote. So promotion could be a motivational tool, a tool to recognize and reward, a tool to attract competent people so that they remain glued to the system, they remain glued to the organization, and also a retention tool is for a promotion can also purpose of promotion can also be to enhance effectiveness of the employee and the organization, of course. And needless to mention, filling up higher vacancies from within the organization. So if there are higher vacancies in the organization, instead of bringing people from outside, it is normally seen that if you bring people from outside, from your competitors or from other organizations, such people take time to settle down unless of course the person is quite aggressive and competent enough. Otherwise, by and large, people take a huge time to settle, and by the time they settle down, they are seen they are not able to manage the things. The things have gone worst, and they would like to separate for one reason or the other. Their acceptability by the colleagues, their acceptability by the peers, their acceptability in the new system and the environment by their subordinates is a challenging task which they can't overcome, and therefore they fall out sooner or later. So filling up higher vacancies can better be done if you create a competitive force and promote them to higher levels and fill up higher vacancies within the system itself. That is the best thing that can happen within an organization. It is a symbolic of high prosperity and growth for an organization that people are made competent and positions and higher vacancies are filled up from within the system itself is a very, very healthy sign for an organization. That's what the purpose of promotion is.